red light, and a whistle. And the best part is I can check in on my home from anywhere right from my phone, whether I'm at the gym or the office. Thanks to Vivint, all is well. If you want a system professionally installed, fit with the best cameras and 24/7 monitoring, call Vivint today. 833-420-4070 for a free quote and lock-in free installation and a free month of monitoring service. Vivint, smart security professionally installed. Call 833-420-4070 to get started today. Offer valid for new customers only. System purchase requires monthly service agreement and equipment package. Speak to a Vivint representative today for complete equipment services and financing details. Visit Vivint.com for licensing information. Other terms and conditions may apply.
Paid for by Bar Justice. Attention. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? The FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing heartburn drug, ranitidine, may be contaminated with cancer-causing agent MDMA. Zantac may be linked to these cancers: bladder, colorectal, esophageal, intestinal, kidney, liver, ovarian, pancreatic, stomach, testicular, and uterine. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months, call now. 800-516-9931. Never stop taking medication without first consulting a physician. Call right now for a free consultation. You may be owed significant compensation. Call 800-516-9931. 800-516-9931. That's 800-516-9931. 800-516-9931.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you: printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. We're a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. Our 150-plus lawyers represent clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. If you believe what we believe, go to earthjustice.org today.
Now back to the Zach Gelb Show.
It is the Zach Gelb Show on CBS Sports Radio. It's an honor right now to head out to the hotline and welcome in a legendary NFL tight end, had a historical connection with Philip Rivers for so many years, as today we found out that Philip Rivers is walking away from the National Football League after 17 seasons. This duo combined for 89 touchdowns. Philip Rivers to, of course, Antonio Gates, and Antonio Gates joins us right now on the show. Antonio, thanks for the time. How you been?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing fantastic, and I do appreciate you coming on. So let me first start you off with your quarterback in Philip Rivers. When you got that announcement today that he was walking away from the National Football League, what was the first thought that went through your mind?
Oh, yeah, I thought before, time and I just, it's always a bittersweet feel when you respect someone's career and yet you're happy that they decided to move on and move to the next chapter in their life. I wasn't surprised because I know we've always talked about this day coming. And when I decided to retire, I figured, shortly he was going to be done. But I did feel like he had opportunity of doing something special, which is to win a Super Bowl with the Colts. And I thought he had a great season. So I thought maybe, he might consider returning with that defense in the running game. Phenomenal offensive line. So many things that look, that they, to me, was a spark for them next year. I just thought he'd probably give it a shot. And I try to win a Super Bowl. But like I said, it's no substitution for family and being able to, be at peace with yourself and your decision with retiring.
There's a lot of people that hold the fact that he didn't win a Super Bowl against him and say that he shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. I personally think he should be a Hall of Famer. What do you say to the people, though, that don't believe Philip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback?
1,000 yards. Just about everything. I mean, he's going to
Conference matchup. A huge Circle City Conference matchup that likely will decide the winner of the 2021 Circle City Conference Championship. And Dan, this we talked before the game that this game probably you have to go back all the way back to 2008 in the sectional final. These two programs hooked up back when Roncalli was still a 3A program over Beach Grove. Chris Chatard won the game, went to the state finals, lost by possession in the 3A final. To find the last time these two programs played with this much stakes involved.
Well, yeah, the programs play each year, obviously, and but yet they haven't come together for this kind of season. Of course, there hasn't been a conference for them to come together for very long, which adds to it. And but even then, for these two programs to make it this far, come in undefeated in the conference, and have a chance for this game at the very end of the season to have so much riding on it.
Well, both of these teams come in on a high. Roncalli getting its best road win of the season and maybe its best win overall of the season, heading south and being a very strong Martinsville team on the Artesians floor, 77-66. Roncalli shooting a season high 54 points, or 56% rather,
in that matchup. And so that put Roncalli's record at 14-4, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, Chatard comes in at 12-6, winners of 4 in a row. And all the Trojans did last week was in back-to-back nights defeat arch-rival Cathedral in the semifinal of the city tournament, and then turned around and beat Heritage Christian at the buzzer to win the city tournament, snapping what was an incredible 16 city tournament in a row streak for Heritage Christian.
It's unbelievable. I mean, and for Chatard to beat Heritage Christian twice, they had beat them earlier in the year, to come back and play a team like that in that kind of environment a second time is just extremely difficult to do. So, and obviously it was a much closer game the second time. But Robbie, you're talking about the Martinsville game. Watching that game on film, I was impressed with the Roncalli girls and how they shared the basketball. They got everybody involved. There was inside passing. They dominated on the inside. The passes back outside. Multiple girls hitting three-point shots. It was a fun game to watch, and I hope we see a lot of that tonight.
Well, you see you pull up the stats here for our pregame stat look. Roncalli, both of these teams shooting 40%, but Dan, you talked about the assist number. 20 assists, a season-high
That's
20
incredible.
assists in that win on Saturday. Both of these teams, I'd say a little bit slightly above average in terms of three-point shooting, in terms of a volume standpoint. Not like what Martinsville does in terms of Martinsville got 29 threes up at the basket on Saturday. These two teams averaging about 7 and about 5.5 respectively, Roncalli versus Bishop Chatard. So three-point shooting might decide the ball game tonight. But as you're hearing our interview with Tim Gray, the action inside the paint may be what decides the action tonight, because this is one of the few teams that Roncalli has faced this year where they've got a size advantage underneath and a physicality advantage underneath.
Well, yeah, so Chatard comes in with basically 5 guards all the time, even though they list a couple of them as forwards. The size-wise, they are guards. And we talk about sharing the basketball. They are fantastic at getting separation. They'll drive the middle of the lane, but the girls kind of know where to go. And when they get to the middle, the lane collapses on them, and they kick it back out to the open girl. Get a lot of really good shots that way. And it's again, as much fun as I had watching Roncalli last week playing Martinsville. It's almost as fun watching Chatard, the way they play team basketball, but they're a much faster level because of the lack of size. They make up for that in speed and steals.
Well, we'll get more into Dan's keys in our second segment of the McDonald's pregame show, but now we need to get to our usual piece of business, and that's our pregame chat with Roncalli head coach Tim Gray to get his thoughts on and the win, the matchup tonight here with Bishop Chatard. Here's our pregame chat with Coach Gray. We're here with Roncalli head coach Tim Gray. Roncalli taking on Bishop Chatard tonight. Big Circle City Conference game, senior night here at the Venny. Before we get into all of that, let's go back to Saturday afternoon to close out the week. A great win for your team, Coach. Probably the best road win of the season to win, beat a very good Martinsville team. 77 points on the board, an 11-point win. You led from start to finish. As you had a chance to take a look at the film, what were your takeaways from the game?
I thought that was the best we'd played offensively for sure. The ball moved. I think it was 23, 16, 13, 8, and 7 were our leading scorers, so it was really spread out. We were able to score against the man. We were able to score against the zone, so we were really pleased with that side of the ball.
When you have a game like you have on Saturday where the offense is really clicking, but the other team is making shots and they're a high-volume shooting team, what do you try and get done defensively, or maybe you're just trying to tread water defensively at that point?
We tried to mix it up defensively a little bit, and one of the things that we would struggle with when we pushed the lead is we got a lot of points in transition, and then we kind of gassed ourselves out. So understanding offensively when to push and when to go ahead and take a break at that end.
Both of these teams, yours and Chatard, come in really on a high. Your team off a great win on the road. Chatard wins the city tournament on Friday, snapping Heritage Christian's streak of 16 straight years, winning the city tournament. All that said, I believe this is the only team you've played all year that has 2,000-point scores. So when you've got a team that you're facing like that has that kind of offensive potential, how do you design the defensive game plan tonight?
Yeah, we talked to the girls about that yesterday. With this team, those two are really two good players, and they're gonna get their shots, and they're gonna get their points. We can't let a third person try to beat us. Kind of similar to what we talked about when we played Heritage Christian. With that second one being a little bit even better. year. So making sure we just know where those two are. Don't give them anything easy in transition. Make them work for all their stuff. And then we've got to do a really nice job on everyone else.
What does your team need to do well in the offensive end tonight?
I think we have to attack the basket, whether that be off cuts or penetration or throwing the ball into the post a little bit more than normal, just because for maybe the first time all year we've got a little bit of a size advantage here. I think we can live at the basket and allow that to help open up some outside shots.
Roncalli taking on Bishop Chatard tonight. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Roncalli head coach Tim Gray. We're back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
What will be 3 broadcasts for you this week. We'll be back with you on Friday night for the front end of a big boys doubleheader weekend. New Pal will come in, 8-3, very strong New Pal team, matching up with Michael Wance's club that had a near record-setting defensive performance last Saturday in a 50-21 win over Decatur Central. We'll have that game for you. 7:30, our tip time. You can watch it on the Roncalli YouTube channel or listen along on CBS Sports 1430 or RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. And then on Saturday night, we'll be back on the road as the boys head down to Center Grove. That'll be an audio-only contest that you can catch on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com on Saturday. So tonight's the first of 3 that we'll have for you this week, and I hope you can at least spend part of the week with us for all 3 of those. Coming up, a very light night around the area. Only one game of interest that we're tracking, and that's Hamilton Southeastern at 9-4, at 3-8 Franklin Central. And Dan, I think one thing you're going to see next week, as next week is the final week of the regular season, tournament draw, as the tournament starts the first week in February, the draw is Sunday. I think you're going to see a dramatic reduction in games next week as teams try and close ranks and limit their contact trace possibilities.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And I think you're going to see very few games played next week if they're not conference games. And Roncalli has 2 home games scheduled next week. We already know that the Avon game that was scheduled for Tuesday, that game is off because the Orioles had a conference game they have to make up. Right now, the Columbus North game, which is the regular season finale in here next Thursday night, that game is currently on, but that game could come off as well. If for no other reason that since Christmas time, Columbus North has had a policy that they will not play road games in red counties.
Oh, is that right?
So
well, then, yeah,
that game may or may not happen. We'll have to kind of TBA as we get closer to next Thursday. You could potentially see a scenario where in order to get that game played. Roncalli has to go down to Columbus.
Well,
So
and in
we'll
this
see.
environment, obviously, it's more important for teams to be ready for that tournament and make a run, because you'd hate to play I don't want to call it a meaningless last game, then find out somebody's tested positive or you've got to sit out, and then you can't play in the tournament. So, yeah, it totally makes sense not to play at all that week.
Well, and I realize the exposure level is different in wrestling versus basketball, but Wade McClurg's Roncalli wrestling team, Coach McClurg, Coach McClurg was able to take all of the matches basically between January 9th and the 30th, which is when their sectional is, a week from Saturday, move all those to an earlier part of the season and basically put his team in a self-imposed quarantine for
smart.
3 weeks to limit exposure. So we might see a basketball version of that here coming up next week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We do know that Roncalli will close out the week. The girls will be at Covenant Christian next on Friday night. Bishop Chatard has one more conference game as well, hosting Brebeuf Jesuit next Friday. So both these teams coming in at 3-0. And you can't say 100% that the winner of tonight's game wins the league, but you're pretty much in the driver's seat at 4-0 in a 5-game schedule if whoever gets that win tonight.
Oh, there's no question. It's a good position to be in.
Well, we take that as our transition piece to get into Dan's keys to the game tonight.
Well, thanks, Rob. And yeah, obviously, even though they're not going to be bringing out a trophy tonight for the winner of this game, obviously you're right, it sets it up, and so there's a lot of pressure on this game. The girls love that kind of atmosphere to get a chance to be playing at this point, and both undefeated in the conference. As you look at tonight's game, Roncalli obviously has very dynamic players, both inside and outside. And you alluded earlier, Rob, that there's going to be advantage in the paint to Roncalli tonight. Roncalli should and could take advantage of that and really kind of dominate the whole court. For Chatard, I talked about how quick their lineup is. They all can handle the ball. They move it very well. But they're going to have to really then use all 5 players. So when you look at that and what the other team has to do, Roncalli obviously has to defend all those blue shirts that are going to be all over the court, or seemingly all over the court. And even though they can dominate the paint, if they've got blue shirts standing outside at the perimeter, Roncalli's got to get out and cover them. So Roncalli's got to, and that obviously tires out girls that are used to playing in the paint. On the flip side, Chatard, they've got to figure out a way to pack the lane, keep Roncalli's big girls from scoring and dominating inside, and yet also be able to get back out to the perimeter to guard all the perimeter weapons that Roncalli has. So there's a lot of challenges on both sides. Tonight's game, it's going to control the emotions of the game, stick with your fundamentals. The question is going to be who can get hot on scoring, who can get a lead, who can on defensively handle any runs that the other team makes so that they can rebound and come back. And I think tonight the team that plays better team basketball is going to come out victorious.
We'll take a look and see how it unfolds. Happy and excited to be bringing this one to you. We're going to take our second and final break here in the McDonald's pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the lineups and the tip for tonight's game between Roncalli and Bishop Chatard. It's next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Going to school, Chad. Oh, hold up, Brad. We didn't put our masks on. Good idea. Now let's go.
Don't be like Brad and Chad. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and your mouth to prevent the spread of COVID. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus for more information.
not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Whether you're a new patient or if you've been here before, just pick the appointment that works.
Ortho Indy South, Chick-fil-A, Glander Rockford Orthodontics, and the Roncalli High School Alumni Association. Now back to Rob Brown for tip-off.
Let's take a look at the lineups for tonight's girls basketball game. First, the visitors from Chatard, the four-guard lineup. 5'9", sophomore Caroline Bell, averaging 4.5 points per game. Maura McGinley, 5'8", a senior, averaging 15.3 points per game. Zakia Rashid, 5'8", a senior, averaging 16.9 points per game. And Grace Adams, 5'5", a junior, averaging 3.5 points per game. The lone frontliner, Carly DeCastro, she's a 5'10", junior, averaging 5.5 points per game. 12 players available tonight for the Trojans, coached by Katie Fisher in her 6th season. 83 and 61 at Chatard. In 8 overall, she's 104 and 84. Assisted by Sheila Keller, Anna Adams, and Katie Shuck. 13 players available tonight for the Royals. Same lineup we've seen for much of the season. That's 3 in the backcourt, led by the sophomore Sydney Horton, 5'7", averaging 7.9 points per game. Savannah Bischoff, the second guard, 5'8", a sophomore, averaging 6.5 points per game. Maddie Bischoff, 5'10", the senior, who became the all-time leading three-point scorer on Saturday with her 159th three-pointer. She averages 20.2 points per game. On the front line, the Carr twins, Abby and Sophie, 5'10" seniors. Sophie averaging 6 points per game, and Abby 4. Tim Gray, the head coach in his first season, 14-4 his record, assisted by Rachel Parker, Ladarius Mathis, Morgan Clifford, and Jason Sims. Veteran officiating crew tonight, Ashley Crawford's the crew chief out there with Mike Daly and Kenny Yacht. Bishop Chatard in the traveling blues. Royal blue uniforms with the white Bishop Chatard block lettering and numerals. And the white and black trim. Roncalli in the home whites. Red block Roncalli lettering and numerals, and the red and royal blue trim. We're set to go. Dan and I high atop the floor. Along the, get my directions
East.
straight here, the northern sideline.
We're the east sideline? No, we're our north. No, we're south.
You sure about that?
No.
It is the southern sideline.
It's the south,
Thank you.
yeah.
We'll get it right.
We took all the guesses, though.
Jump ball, Karam's out of bounds, and it'll go to Roncalli. No, Mike Daly changed his mind. So the Trojans get the ball first as the jump ball went out of bounds on the deflection. It was last touched by Sophie Carr. Grace Adams handles out front. At the elbow to Castro, hands to McGinley. She's checked by Maddie Bischoff. Savannah Bischoff plays Rashid off the ball. Rashid comes to get it, her first touch. McGinley, long two straight away off the front of the rim, rebounded by Sophie Carr. She leaves for Horton. Sydney coming off 16 points, a career high, and 6 assists on Saturday. Was 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Maddie Bischoff holds it above her head, gives it to Abby Carr on the cut. Fakes, waits, spins, missed the shot at the rim, it trickled off. And the rebound tapped and controlled by Rashid. Roncalli went inside on the first possession, to no surprise.
No, I would expect that a lot tonight.
Adams directs traffic out front, bounced to McGinley at the right arc. Tried to feed Rashid in the block, and the post pass is kicked by Maddie Bischoff. Trojans reload near side.
Rashid tried to get underneath and post up, tried to get their own down-low game going, but couldn't get the ball down to her.
Adams holds, finds Rashid off the screen for three. That nicks the front of the rim, and it caroms out to Maddie Bischoff. 3-on-3. Maddie, stop and go, down the lane, all the way to the rim. She rolled it up and in, right, trickled over the front of the rim for the first points of the game.
She did a great job of stopping, letting the defense go past her, get set up, and then ran right by him to get in the middle of the lane.
Maddie needs just 2 more points to move past Alana Vincent, who graduated last season, into 4th place on the program career scoring list. Just a tick under 1,400 career points. McGinley, who's a 1,000-point scorer, as is Rashid. Adams down the baseline, cut off by Horton. Back to McGinley, feeds Rashid. She drives in the lane, scoop shot is up and in. Nice play.
Nice move.
Zakiya Rashid ties the game at 2. She played her freshman year at Avon before transferring over to Bishop Chatard. Slated to play at Akron University next year in the MAC. Maddie Bischoff out top between the circles. Left side, Savannah Bischoff tees up a 3. Bang!
Got it.
She got it. Savannah Bischoff, her 9th 3 of the season. Roncalli hits the game's first triple. Roncalli has outscored its opponents by 184 points from behind the three-point line in 18 games. Rashid, another drive. Wow. This time she finishes with the left hand. Zakiya Rashid showing everything in the bag of tricks right now.
Roncalli just a little slow getting over for the help there, but she was able to split it and get that ball up.
Chatard looks like going to go to a zone here, potentially, waiting for Sophie Carr to get down the floor. She tied her shoe, and it is indeed a 2-3 zone for the Trojans. Horton tries a 3. That's around and off. Rebound is knocked off the inline. Last touch by Sophie Carr, and goes back to the Trojans. So Katie Fisher changing up the defensive look.
Well, and against Cathedral, they went back and forth to a man-to-man to a zone, and they kind of switched between a 2-3 and a 3-2, depending on what they're doing. And it seemed to cause at least Cathedral some headaches.
Rashid, step back 3, rolls off the rim, rebounded by Maddie Bischoff. She's on the run into the forecourt. Leaves for Sydney Horton, fakes a 3, down the baseline, pass back out to Abby Carr. Maddie Bischoff left corner, facing up on Adams. Out top, Savannah Bischoff, another 3. That's off the back of the rim, and easily rebounded by Rashid. Looks up the floor, Roncalli hustle back defensively, and Rashid flips on the wing to Adams. Takes the dribble back out front. Adams, the 5'5 junior. McGinley, she took the game's first shot. Now she attacks baseline against Maddie Bischoff. Feeds DeCastro in deep. McGinley gets it back. Tough drive down the baseline. Draws a foul at the rim on Abby Carr and shoots it twice with 4:26 to go in the first quarter.
Chatard very methodical about moving the ball back and forth across the lane, waiting for an opportunity to drive on the basket. McGinley got it and took it and did a great job driving down low and then pushing her body back out to draw the foul as she tried to put the ball up.
McGinley tees up the first one good. 78%er on the year. Had 23 points last year when these teams played. First subs into the game for both teams. Number 10, Jordan Hendricks steps in, the 5'7 sophomore, for those of you watching along with us tonight. Number 11, Kate Caskey, 5'9 junior, is in for the Trojans. McGinley hits the second, and Chatard has its first lead of the ball game, 6-5. 4:20 to go, first quarter. Maddie Bischoff, top side. Back to Savannah Bischoff, left alone for 3. That's off the rim. Rebound knocked off the inline. Last touch by Sophie Carr. Well, it appears Trojans are going to dare Savannah Bischoff to make some shots tonight.
Yeah, they're packing the inside.
Rashid gets a screen, goes to the basket, in the lane. Scott, shot blocked by Maddie Bischoff. She brought it down low for a scoop, and Maddie swatted it away. Sophie Carr swings in the corner to Hendricks. She'll try a 3. Bang! She got it. The sophomore, Jordan Hendricks, just into the game as she shoots a 3.
She had spotted up in that corner, really waiting for it. Saw the pass, got the opportunity, and hit it.
I know most coaches would prefer that when a sub checks in, the first time they touch the ball, they not shoot it, but Jordan Hendricks has not followed that rule all season long. DeCastro missed a shot in the lane. McGinley and Sophie Carr fight for it off the end line off of McGinley. And in game 19 of the season, no reason to start now. If it hits your hands the first time, it's going up.
Yeah. Sign of a great shooter. Just keep chucking it.
Jordan's 14th three of the season. She's actually third on the team in three-pointers made coming off the bench. Savannah Bischoff working against the 2-3. Horton in the corner, fakes the three. Pass across the paint to Hendricks. It's fumbled. Jordan gets it back, though, and flumps it out to Maddie Bischoff. Pressure by Adams. Maddie gets it back, fakes three, and she traveled. Adams on the closeout.
She thought about shooting it, thought it had an eye at the basket, and then that closeout caught her off guard. She tried to dribble. His 2 feet had already been moving.
Nice play by Adams to run Maddie off the line. 8-6 the score, 3:08 to go first quarter. Roncalli on top. McGinley picked up her dribble, bounced to mid-post to DeCastro. Adams tries a three out front. That's off the rim. Good block out by Sophie Carr to screen three away. Sydney Horton brings it into the forecourt. Tim Gray calls out what he wants. Maddie Bischoff curling the paint, gets by the defense, but had it knocked away. Nice steal from behind by Caskey. Here comes Rashid the other way. Shovels to McGinley, spot up three for the lead. That's around and out. Rebound fought for. Caskey rips it away from Horton and draws a foul at the rim on the putback.
Well, Caskey had position on her, but Horton came kind of over the top, didn't touch anybody, so they didn't call a foul on it until Caskey ripped it away and then went up for the shot and got the foul at that point.
Horton's foul, her first and the team's second. Caskey shoots two, 36%er on the year. First one on the way, no good. 8-6 the score, Roncalli on top. 2:33 left to go first quarter. Caskey has another one. That one caroms high off the back of the rim, takes a second skip, and rebounded by Sophie Carr. Sydney Horton cut off on a drive. Gets it back from Savannah Bischoff, corner three, that's short. And the rebound picked up off the floor by Caskey. Well, Sydney's not taking a three tonight that looked like it had a chance to go in.
No, that one's left a little low on the arc and barely hit the front of the rim.
McGinley, high screen from Caskey. Roncalli fights through that. Rashid cut off on a drive by
she thought about a three.
Savannah Bischoff. Almost the step back three, instead pulled it back. Inside 2 minutes. 2 more subs at the table for the Trojans. Rashid. Dribble handoff to McGinley. She's down the baseline. Her shot's blocked away by Sophie Carr. 2 more subs into the game for the Trojans. Bell returns. And Izzy Davis is in,
yep.
the 5'7 junior. Davis hit the game winner. Little 10-foot right wing jumper to win the game against Heritage Christian.
I think it was only 2 points of the game.
Only 2 points of the game. That is correct.
If you're going to hit it, make it count.
And a pass deflected out by
yeah,
Bischoff.
Oh,
no, it double deflection.
It
hit off of Maddie Bischoff's hand, and then it hit Bell's hand. So Kenny Yott was right there to make the call. It's Roncalli basketball. 8-6 the score. The home team, Roncalli, on top by 2. Inside 100 seconds to go, first quarter. Trojans stay with almost like a 1-2-2 now. Horton out between the circles. Roncalli's turn to get deliberate here offensively. Horton looked at the three, got in the lane. Nice bounce to Hendricks at the doorstep, blocked from behind. But Savannah Bischoff rebounds, kicks it out to Maddie Bischoff for 3, and knocked off the end line. 2 blue shirts and a white shirt there. They say the Trojans touched it last, so Jordan Hendricks keeps the possession alive. Stays with Roncalli.
Horton did a great job on that zone. You want to attack that middle of the zone. It collapses it, and then you dump it off, and everything would look good except the finish. They got a good block coming from behind.
McGinley steals the inbounds pass, has numbers ahead, but the pass too far to Bell. She saves to Rashid, and she runs over Maddie Bischoff. Savannah Bischoff, offensive foul. Savannah took the hit, and Rashid takes the foul, her first, and the team's first.
Not a lot of contact, but Savannah did a great job planting the feet, letting the motion come at her, and then took the spill, and got the call. It was a really nice job.
8-6, low scoring first quarter, but Roncalli playing from in front for all but about a half a minute. Maddie Bischoff, 3 over the zone. Bang!
Ooh,
She got it, lined that one up. Second 3 of the game for Roncalli, first for Maddie. And the lead is 5. Roncalli goes zone here, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah.
A 1-2-2 with Maddie Bischoff at the top. And they're trying to track the shooters coming through. Rashid's open for 3. She hits it. Seemed like there was a lot of indecision on that possession defensively. And Rashid took advantage. She has 7 of the 9. And Rashid just commits another foul, pestering Horton. That's her second, and she has to come out of the ball game. She heads right to the bench.
With 2 fouls, they won't allow her to stay in the whole second quarter, but obviously it puts a lot of pressure on her not to foul when she comes back in.
Well, we'll track that with the plus minuses for Roncalli with Rashid, the leading scorer for the Trojans, on the bench. Adams returns. 30 seconds to go. Roncalli's up 11-9. Conceivably playing for the final shot here. Sophie Carr flashes into the paint. Passes Savannah Bischoff. She fumbled it out of bounds. Took her eye off it. And it ricocheted off of her chest out of bounds.
Might have been her nose, actually.
Either way, it's a turnover. Final 15 seconds. Adams at the point. Roncalli's gone back to man-to-man. Adams out front with 7. Now McGinley comes to get it. Expect her to take the last shot. She's down the baseline, bounce across the paint. Pass is deflected off the end line by Sophie Carr. Trojans have it, but just a second and 7/10 to work with.
Sophie showed some great hustle. She was up at the elbow, saw the pass in the open position. She went down, kind of not dove, losing her balance, but got that arm out and deflected that ball.
McGinley heaves it from the corner short, and that'll do it. So Roncalli, low-scoring first quarter, sees the Royals on top, 11-9. 2-point lead. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back. Quarter number 2 is around the bend next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
McDonald's proudly introduces the new, fresh.
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill
It's
me.
been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill
I
me.
don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous love.
Roncalli basketball is on CBS Sports 1430.
Roncalli basketball on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
CBS Sports 1430, WXNT AM Indianapolis, WZPL AC2 Greenfield, a Cumulus station.
Well, we roll on to quarter number 2. Roncalli with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Set the lineups for you. Jordan Hendricks, Sydney Horton, Maddie Bischoff, Abby Carr, and Ansley Bishop has stepped in for the first time tonight, the 5'9 sophomore for Roncalli. Backdoor cutting, the pass goes off the shoe of Carr and goes to Chatard, so Roncalli turns it over. Trojans starting this second quarter with Adams, Davis, McGinley, Caskey, and Bell, the 5 that ended the first quarter. McGinley forced a pass in deep, is stolen right back by Abby Carr. So teams trade turnovers to start this quarter. Jordan Hendricks for 3. Bang! She got it. Boy, that ball's like it has molten lava on it. She's getting it up in a hurry and knocking it down.
Can't get it up fast
Get it off
enough.
the hands as soon as you get it. 2 threes for Hendricks off the bench. Roncalli's made 5 field goals in this game, only 1 of them inside the arc. 4 threes already. McGinley's pass is deflected out of bounds. Early going here, Dan, Roncalli's done a great job of forcing McGinley to the baseline where she can't really get to the bucket.
She has no angles at all. She's taking that bait, so to speak, to get her in a position where there's no angle. So she's got to either pass it or just kind of throw up a prayer.
Davis got in the lane and flipped it up. No, from 8, rebounded by Abby Carr. Horton hits it ahead to Hendricks. Jordan back to Sydney Horton. Floats in the corner, Abby Carr. Down the baseline against Caskey. And did she step out or does Kenny Yott have a foul? He's got a foul on Caskey.
Yep.
Caskey's first and the team's 3rd.
Calling her for an arm bar.
Yep. So Rashid checks back in. Zakia Rashid checked out with the second foul. She's back in. McGinley gets her first rest. And DeCastro returns as well. So Roncalli only increased its lead by 3 points with Rashid on the bench. And the pass thrown away on the inbound. Second straight time that Roncalli has thrown away an inbounds pass. And Jordan Hendricks fouled Adams on the catch, on the steal.
Well, Grace Adams caught the ball, and there wasn't any contact called until she reached up to her face, and there was some contact there. So he blew the whistle.
Savannah Bischoff returns, and Jordan Hendricks with a couple threes off the bench has the seat. Yeah, I think this game has gotten to the point, albeit early in this first half, that Katie Fisher realizes she's got to get Rashid back on the floor.
Yeah, no question.
Rashid spins, gets right to the rim, puts it up too strong against Bishop's contest. Gets her own rebound, though, in the paint. Now she shovels it out to Davis. Possession continues.
A lot of contact in there.
Rashid has 7 of Chatard's 9. Davis's 3 is way short. And the air ball rebounded by Maddie Bischoff. She looks up the floor. Still has the dribble. Swings to Horton. Sydney. Bounce over to Savannah Bischoff for 3. Bang! She got it.
Lined it up.
Fifth 3 of the game already for Roncalli. It's 17-9. Oh, the three-pointers falling for Roncalli here in the first half. We'll go ahead and take a break. Full timeout called by the Trojans. We'll take one as well for 30 seconds and come right back. It's Roncalli Royals basketball on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. All the sounds and pictures. David Kahn, great to have him back in the saddle up in our CBS Sports 1430 studios, keeping us on track and on time. Our great video crew tonight, Hannah Taylor, the director, Justin Brown on the graphics, Abigail Taylor and Alexandra Swift on the cameras. Max Mandel is our producer, Stefan Welsh, our supervising producer. Top-notch crew bringing you tonight's game, and we're happy you're with us. Out of the timeout, Trojans with the basketball, Roncalli with an 8-point lead. DeCastro make that bell flash to the foul line on a catch, and Roncalli kicked that entry pass. Mike Daly had it, so it's a reload on the baseline. For the Trojans, Rashid, who has 7 of the 9. McGinley's back in the game. She's trapped in the baseline, feeds DeCastro, and she traveled her way out of the double team.
A lot of bodies down there. She really didn't have. She tried to dribble it, but then I think she took a step before she actually got the ball down. I think mainly because there were so many hands in there that it didn't hit the floor when she thought it was going to.
Horton walks it up, man-to-man for the Trojans. Maddie Bischoff handles out front, drives, past the double team, and the layup trickled off the rim. Rebounded by McGinley, hits it ahead to Rashid, leaking out. She put it up, put it in. That's great teammate play right there. Rashid has 9 of the Trojans' 11. A couple 1,000-point scorers right there, McGinley and Rashid.
Good team ball and great hands by Rashid to catch that ball and then take 2 steps to get it close to the rim.
Driving kick by Maddie Bischoff to Horton for 3. That rolls off the rim. And a nice rebound in traffic by Bell. And a foul by Roncalli. Let's see where that goes. Savannah Bischoff. Ansley Bishop was there as well, but Savannah takes the foul. Her first, team 4th. Bishop has a seat, and Sophie Carr returns. So Roncalli's starting 5 on the floor. Likewise for the Trojans. Games like this, Dan, with this magnitude, the rotations shorten.
Yes.
We don't expect these coaches, unless the game gets sideways, to play many more than 7 or 8. Roncalli's played 2 off the bench. Likewise, Chatard. Rashid fakes a 3. Thought about an elbow jumper. Shovels back to McGinley. She'll try a 3 that's off the rim. Caroms to the corner and picked up by Maddie Bischoff.
It's a good shot by her, just didn't fall.
Oh, Katie Fisher, I think, will take that shot every time. McGinley a chance to set her feet.
Good pass out.
Horton baseline jumper is short, and the long rebound comes out to McGinley.
Whoa.
1 on 2. McGinley lost the dribble, had to hold up and wait for help. Finds Bell. Rashid picked up her dribble. Bounce over to McGinley. Back to Rashid. Long 3 out front. That's off the rim. Rebound is fought for, and it's picked up by Abby Carr. Sophie Carr kept it alive. Tim Gray says, let's get some movement and get a good one here. 4.5 to go, first half. Sophie Carr, angle right. Gives to Abby Carr, curling down the lane, gets to the rim, stripped on the way up, lost it, out of bounds off of Abby. Well, credit Jordan Hendricks returns for Maddie Bischoff. Credit, Dan, to the Trojans' defense. Roncalli went right inside the first offensive possession of the game, got a layup early in the game, and they have gotten nothing inside since.
No, it's been all three-point shooting all the time, and any of the thing inside where they've missed the shots, so they've not had any production inside.
DeCastro drives right into a double team and travels. Sophie and Abby Carr closed the avenue quickly.
Yeah, there was no door to open there.
And the turnover gives it back to Roncalli with a 6-point lead. 4:07 left in the first half. Sydney Horton walks it across the line. Picked up her dribble. Telegraphed a pass. It's stolen away by Bell. 2-on-1. Adams is back. Bounce across the paint. Adams lays it in.
Nice team.
First two
got
for
the
Adams.
steal and then passed it to the other side as the teams were running down. She did a great job. One dribble, got in body position, and then finished the drive.
4-0, little 4-0 burst by the Trojans. Savannah Bischoff. Errant pass is deflected, but goes right to Abby Carr. She bounces to Sophie Carr, gets to the rim, put it up and in. First shot in the paint since early in the first quarter for Roncalli, and the lead back to 6 on the first two for Sophie Carr. Rashid 3 the other way. That's short. Long rebound, collected in the corner by Jordan Hendricks, and she traveled.
A lot of body contact there, but she did shuffle the feet.
Tim Gray's going to contend that Jordan Hendricks traveled because she was bumped by McGinley. But Mike Daly disagrees, and his opinion is the only one that matters. 19-13, Roncalli up 6, 3:18 to go. Pass is errant, but McGinley runs it down, saves in the corner to Castro. Down the baseline, cut off, gets it out to Bell. High dribbling, in traffic, finds DeCastro. Down the baseline, nowhere to go. Feeds it into Bell. She lost the handle off the end line, back to Roncalli.
Chatard does like to go to that baseline to then kick it back out, so it's a position they're not uncomfortable with, but you can run out of real estate pretty quick, and it forces the pass.
Maddie Bischoff and Ansley Bishop return. Sydney Horton gets her first rest, and Abby Carr has a seat. Roncalli, Dan has done a great job of collapsing on that ball at the rim, but not leaving the shooters.
Yes.
Which clearly what they're trying to make Roncalli do. Left side, Sophie Carr. Into the paint. Flips it back out to Maddie Bischoff at the top of the circle. Leaves for Savannah Bischoff, left side 3. Off the rim. Sophie Carr grabs the rebound. Stripped on the way up by Bell and fouled. And Sophie Carr shoots 2. She just out-muscled Bell to the basketball and drew a foul at the rim.
Yeah, had good body position underneath, was inside of it, but when they both went up, you're right, it was pure strength that allowed her to bring that ball down, and then went right back up, gathered herself, went right back up with it and drew the foul.
Sophie Carr knocks in the first free throw. All 3 of her points have come here in the quarter. It's the first free throws of the game for Roncalli. Katie Fisher calls a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. With 2:41 left in the half, and Roncalli up 20-13 on the Beck Service Center scoreboard. Tonight's game brought to us by Indiana Members Credit Union, where you can get pre-approved and streamline the vehicle buying process. It's fast, it's free, and will take you down a quicker road to the car of your dreams. Visit imcu.com for more information. Now, Rob Brown and Dan Bauer, of course, you know our exploits from the fall. We appreciate all of our – I can't tell you, Dan, how many people have come up to me in gyms this winter and told us how much they enjoy spending their fall Friday nights with us, and it's just we're so grateful for the listeners and the support we get. Boy, what a great loyal following we have, and we're so thankful.
Yeah, I am constantly shocked by the number of people that say they listen and tell stories that prove they listen.
Absolutely. Second one up by Sophie Carr is good.
Nice.
Great to have Dan alongside. This just proves that Dan doesn't go into hibernation. A lot of people wonder where Dan goes, that we just put him in storage between December and August, but he is indeed out and about and with us tonight. 21-13, Roncalli with a steal at half court. Hendricks on the trap with Savannah Bischoff, steals it away. Now Maddie Bischoff, this is the biggest lead, ties the biggest lead in the game. Maddie, a long 3, and it's missed by Rashid. That was a volleyball line heat check by Maddie Bischoff. Here comes Rashid the other way with Roncalli up 8. Fouls to give both ways, each team with 14 fouls. Rashid in the corner, Bell. Out top to McGinley. McGinley is yet to score. She has 2 free throws. And stripped by Hendricks.
Lazy pass out there.
Hendricks with a steal. Up the left side against McGinley, and McGinley smothered the shot, blocked it with 2 hands, but her momentum took her and the ball out of bounds. That was a sophomore going against a 4-year starter, and McGinley won that battle.
Yes, she did. Only problem is she came out of, landed out of bounds holding the basketball.
Hendricks checks out, and Horton's back in. Sophie Carr on the inbound. Swings it out to Savannah Bischoff. Horton into the game for 3. That's long. Rebound knocked loose right to Maddie Bischoff. Maddie hesitates. Defense cuts her off. Pass into the paint is deflected and picked up by McGinley.
Oh.
Here comes Rashid. Boy, Roncalli has been very careless with the basketball, but still leads by 8. Adams is trapped on the baseline, brings the dribble back out. Cross-court pass to Bell. Bell drives on Sophie Carr. Lost the handle. Able to get it to Rashid at the right arc. Inside 90 seconds left in the half. McGinley on the dribble handoff, drives, tied up on the way up. We got a jump ball.
Should be
Bishop got a hand in and tied it up, but it's going to stay with Chatard.
Chatard.
Roncalli got it to start the quarter, and I don't believe we've had a tie-up since.
Nope, I don't think we have either.
Bell baseline right on the inbound. Into McGinley in the post, working, shooting, left-handed, partially blocked by Maddie Bischoff.
Kind of used her hook there to get that shot off. But
Maddie got a piece. I think it's her second block of the night. Low-scoring game, 21-13. Roncalli up 8. 1:05 to go, first half. Maddie Bischoff at the arc, top of the circle. Drives, kicks. Ansley Bishop spot up on the baseline. Around and out from 15. Rebound picked up off the floor by Adams. Finds McGinley running the left wing. Sophie Carr cuts her off. Back out to Adams with 45 seconds to go in the half. Hand to Rashid. She's got it top side. Gets a high screen from Adams. Now picked up by Horton on a switch. Rashid picked up her dribble. Feeds Adams in low. Her shot over Sophie Carr is partially blocked. Rebounded by Caskey. She goes to the deck and travels. Tim Gray would like a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 29 and 3/10 seconds to go. Turnover gives it back to Roncalli with an 8-point lead on our Beck Service Center scoreboard. (21-13). Royals on top by 8. See what Tim Gray draws up. Damn, both these teams, maybe it's nerves given the stakes involved. Both of these teams have been a little loose with the basketball.
Yeah.
I think the turnover count's been a little bit higher than we would have anticipated going in.
There's a lot of passes that aren't real sharp. Now I think that both defenses are ramped up a little bit, which is also causing that those hands are getting in that passing lane. But I think, you're right. It's some passes that are ill-advised that's causing most of those deflections and turnovers.
Both teams with 2 fouls to give here in the final 25 seconds of the first half. Horton takes it to the wing, hands to Maddie Bischoff. Brings the dribble out front, crosses up on Adams in the lane, puts up a forced shot that's missed. Rebounded by Rashid with 15 seconds to go. Glance at the clock, has time. Double team, bounce pass ahead to McGinley in the forecourt. Finds Bell, down low to Caskey. She's fouled at the rim with 7.5 seconds to go by Savannah Bischoff. And shoots 2, does Caskey. Savannah Bischoff's second foul, team 5th. Caskey is 0 for 2 tonight from the line. Trojans have not scored in 3.5 minutes. Caskey sets for the first one. That's good. Averages 3.5 points per game. Izzy Davis is back in. Katie Fisher getting Rashid out so she does not pick up that third foul.
Smart.
One more for Caskey. 7 and 8/10 seconds to go. Roncalli should have time to get a shot up here. Head the other way. Make or miss. Missed. And Bishop, though, can't grab the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and the Trojans keep it. That took a funny hop off the rim. And the Trojans keep it, and we'll have one more chance. I'm surprised that they didn't send Rashid back into the game here. They could have, because the clock did run.
Yeah, good point.
5.5 seconds. McGinley, three-pointer, partially blocked by Maddie Bischoff. Izzy Davis grabs the loose change and lays it in at the buzzer. So Roncalli gives up a 3-point possession to close out the half. And what was once an 8-point Roncalli lead with 15 seconds to go goes into the halftime break, only a 5-point lead, 21-16. We'll take a break of 60 seconds when we come back. Dan and I have all the particulars on tonight's Beck Service Center halftime show. It's next in 60 seconds on the Ascent to St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Throughout Chick-fil-A's history, the company has been on a journey to serve not only
We're
delicious.
so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary, ER, or specialist care online.
Roncalli basketball is on. CBS Sports, 1430.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer back with you on the Ascent to St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. We're at the half. Roncalli leading this game by 5, 21-16. Let's look at how it unfolded. Had two ties in the first quarter. The Trojans' only lead in the first half was at 6-5. Roncalli closed out the quarter, scoring 6 of the final 9 points, led 11-9 after 1. In the second quarter, Roncalli led by as much as 8, 17-9, and 21-13 before the Trojans scored the final 3 points of the half, cutting it down to 21-16. It was a 10-7 Roncalli advantage in the second quarter. Roncalli with 7 field goals in that first half, 5 of them from the three-point line. And, Dan, I think you take a look at it. Certainly Tim Gray has to be pleased with how his team shot the three, but maybe not so pleased with his team's inability to finish at the rim and the turnover count in that first half.
They put a lot of shots up, not a lot as many as they wanted would go in, especially some of the ones that got inside the paint. You really like to take advantage of that to help pull that defense back into Chatard. Once that becomes a weapon, then that means they've got to defend it. And when you're not hitting those shots, they don't have to worry about defending that. And so, yes, there's a lot to talk about in the locker room, right now. And now the good news is that Chatard was just as ineffective in the paint and in shooting. So, Chatard did not make a big run, and they didn't take advantage of opportunities that they had to really even shrink the lead more. Although they got lucky there at the end where with the turnover and then the last second at the buzzer shot just to go in to cut it to 5. So Chatard has to be happy with as poorly as they played. Their coach is going to be talking about that they have an opportunity to get that lead cut into and take the lead in the second half.
Well, Roncalli led in that first half by Savannah Bischoff and Jordan Hendricks with 6 points apiece. Hendricks had her 6 off the bench. Meanwhile, Zakia Rashid, she leads all scorers with 9 points for the Trojans. We'll take our first break here on the halftime show. 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll run down tonight's first half totals. That's next on the Ascent to St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
Look at the first half numbers for the Trojans. 12 available, 7 played in that first half, and 5 scored, led by Zakia Rashid. She had 9 points, including the Trojans' only first half 3. 2 points apiece for Maura McGinley, Grace Adams, and Izzy Davis. 1 point for Kate Caskey. And Caroline Bell and Carly DeCastro both started and did not score. For Roncalli, 13 available tonight. 7 played in the first half, and 4 scored, I should say. Savannah Bischoff with 6. 2 threes to her credit. Likewise, Jordan Hendricks with 2 threes off the bench for 6 points. 5 points for Maddie Bischoff. Those all came in the first quarter. Sophie Carr scored all 4 of hers in the second quarter. Sydney Horton and Abby Carr both started and did not score in the first half, and Ansley Bishop played off the bench and did not score. Roncalli, 2 of 2 from the foul line. Both of those coming from Sophie Carr. Bishop Chatard, 3 out of 6 from the line. Roncalli hitting 5 threes in the first half. 2 from Hendricks, 2 from Savannah Bischoff, and 1 from Maddie Bischoff. Meanwhile, Zakia Rashid hitting the only Chatard 3 of the first half. We'll take our second and final break of 2 minutes here on the Beck Service Center halftime show. When we come back, second half around the corner. Up.
Going to school, Chad. Oh, hold up, Brad. We need to put our masks on. Good idea. Now let's go.
Don't be like Brad and Chad. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and your mouth to prevent the spread of COVID. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus for more information.
Last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America. I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies.
Adjustments on both ends.
Well, I think, the thing that these coaches have to do is kind of settle the girls down a little bit. It's not necessarily the X's and O's that need to be adjusted as much as, just getting them to do what they're kind of supposed to be doing. I think both coaches would be happy with the shots they're getting in most cases and the attempts. They're just not falling, and I think a lot of that is still nerves. I think a lot of it also is the pressure you have two good defensive teams that have hands in the faces. They've got contested shots that maybe they're not used to getting, and that changes your percentage of the shots. So you got to talk the girls through that, get them to just kind of relax a little bit, just take their normal shots and get more of those to start falling.
Yeah, certainly the passing lanes are not open long tonight. They are gone in the blink of an eye. Roncalli ball to start the second half. Original starters on the floor. Horton, Savannah and Maddie Bischoff, Abby and Sophie Carr. Likewise, the starting five on the floor for the Trojans: Rashid, McGinley, Adams, Bell, and DeCastro. Underway here in the second half. Roncalli a 5-point lead, operating left to right from our vantage point toward its bench. Sophie Carr in the corner, Sydney Horton takes a look in deep. Back out to Maddie Bischoff. She drives, pull up, give to Sophie Carr, attacks the basket, pulls in, missed the shot short. Savannah Bischoff's there to put it up, and it stayed in. Boy, that looked like it was going to spin out. Bounced a couple times and fell. So 2 offensive rebounds for Roncalli on that possession. Bell down the lane, lost the handle on the way up, but it goes off the end line, last touched by Sophie Carr. I like, though, Dan, that first possession, you're going to get the ball to start the second half, and you pound it inside. Mm-hmm. And hopefully maybe set a tone under the bucket here in this second half.
Oh, and especially with the low-scoring game that we've got, any 2 points you got to take advantage of. And,
yes.
To build that lead just a little bit more is nice after Chatard got those last 2 points before the half.
Adams circling at the foul line. Now gets into the paint to DeCastro, who immediately unloads to McGinley down the baseline, got in deep, put it up high off the backboard and in. Oh, my.
That was way
What a
up
shot
there.
by McGinley. She banked that in off the top of the backboard. Oh, boy. Her first field goal of the night, 4 points. 23-18. Horton gets a high screen from Maddie Bischoff. Still has the dribble working. Right side to Savannah Bischoff. Played by McGinley. Into the lane. Tried to force a pass into Horton on a back cut, and McGinley stole it, but she traveled in front of the Roncalli bench trying to save it to a teammate. That was a tight call there. I'm not sure about that.
I thought, if anything, they might have touched the in line with the step, but I didn't see 2 steps in there, but obviously Roncalli will take it.
23-18, each team with a basket to start this second half. Left side, Savannah Bischoff. Hands to Maddie Bischoff out between the circles, played by Rashid. Driving kick to Horton in the left corner. Gives to Savannah Bischoff, sets for 3. That's high off the back of the rim. Rebound is fought for, and last touch by Sophie Carr. She and DeCastro were tangled up.
Yeah, DeCastro might have got away with a push there, but didn't get it called. That's the key.
That doesn't get called on Friday nights in the fall, I can tell you that. Adams drives into the traffic, and her shot's blocked by Sophie Carr.
These refs are letting them get away with a little bit
Chatard
of
bench
contact.
thought that there might have been a foul there, and I'm not sure they're wrong. Sydney Horton, Maddie Bischoff, all alone for 3. Bang! She got it. Boy, she had 3 or 4 seconds to measure that one. She's not going to miss too many of those.
No, that's a bank shot right there. Take it to the bank.
Yeah, that's a practice shot. McGinley, tough drive in traffic, gets it out to Bell. 6th Roncalli 3 of the game. Adams drives, it goes off her foot, ricochets to McGinley. She can't handle it, off the end line, out of bounds.
Looks like a pinball. That went off 3 or 4 people's legs, it looked like.
Roncalli has outscored Bishop Chatard 18-3 from the 3-point line. And in an 8-point game, that's everything right now. That's been the story all year, though. Roncalli came in tonight outscoring its opponents through 18 games by 184 points from the 3-point line. Abby Carr crosses up into the paint, tried to throw it back to Savannah Bischoff and turn it over. There comes McGinley. Pass ahead to Rashid. She's played by Abby Carr, now picked up by Sydney Horton, top side on the switch. Rashid looks at the rim, gets into the paint, put it up, put it in.
That's a solid performance right there. She knew she wanted to score and the team needed to score, and she took it under her wing and scored.
Abby Carr spins through a double team, gets to the rim and finishes. That's a nice move by Abby Carr on the spin. Her first 2. 28-20. Roncalli up 8. McGinley down the baseline. Got under the bucket. In the corner, Adams. No space to shoot the 3. Out top to Rashid. Down the lane. Bounce it to Castro. She's through the paint. Swings it back out to Adams. Set shot 3. In and out. Rebounded by Horton. Horton up the floor. Goes behind the back. Adams pressuring.
That's the first time we've seen full court pressure, I think, from Chatard.
Abby Carr got away with a walk. Sophie Carr back to Abby Carr. Abby fakes a jumper onto Castro. Now pulls up from 12 to Castro. Got a piece.
Yep.
And Bell has the rebound. Hits it ahead to Adams. Halfway through the third quarter. Roncalli up 8, matching its biggest lead of the game. Had a couple 8-point leads, 4 to be exact. McGinley feeds the mid-block and Bell, and Sophie Carr up too tight on the catch. Commits the foul, her first. First on either team here in the half. Subs into the game. Kate Lehner is in for the first time tonight for Roncalli. 0 on your screen. The 5'5 junior. And Kate Caskey is back in for the Trojans. Baseline right on the inbound. Bell looking. Throws it in to Caskey. Caskey spinning away. She's tied up by Sophie Carr, but the arrow stays at the Trojans' end. Down to our left.
First I thought he called a foul.
I thought I did too. McGinley in the corner. Drives on Maddie Bischoff. Draws a foul at the rim.
Ooh, she was under the basket.
Under the basket, yeah. Just put her head down and got to the rim.
Yeah, had no shot to get the ball in, but got the foul.
Maddie Bischoff takes the foul, her first, team second. McGinley shoots 2. More McGinley, 2 for 2 tonight. First one up and in. 13 times in 17 games this year scored in double figures. 1,000-point career score, averaging 15 and change. Second one on the way, good. McGinley has 4 of the 6 Chatard points here in the quarter. Roncalli lead back to 6. Lehner, her first touch, gives to Maddie Bischoff out front. Maddie facing up on Rashid. Back in the corner to Lehner. Ball goes around the horn to Savannah Bischoff. Maddie Bischoff up front. Drives, scoops, and draws her foul at the rim. Well, that's at each end, Dan, that's just a 4-year starter, 1,000-point scorer, just making up her mind to get to the rim and go.
Yeah, she knew what she wanted to do. She split 2 of them and then drew the foul on the third one through there.
Caskey takes the foul, her second, team first. Maddie Bischoff, first free throw, no good. Maddie in the first quarter with 5 points tonight, passed Alana Vincent and moved into 4th place on the career scoring list. Second one up, that one's good.
There it is.
Only Bridget Perry, Sarah Hurley, and Lindsay Casaro in front of her.
I was going to say that list is getting very short of who she's got to catch now.
And those are 3 tremendous players.
Oh, well, 4 or 5 there. She
yeah,
listed a really
and Rashid
tremendous
dribbles
players.
it off her leg, out of bounds. Another Chatard turnover. Katie Fisher wants time.
And I tell you what
we
I
have
like.
here.
Is there time?
30-second timeout, so continue with your point, please.
Well, what I like about Maddie Bischoff, she scores a lot of points, obviously. She's a very good shooter, but she also does all the other stuff. She makes passes. She really does a great job of an all-around player and plays really good defense.
Well, they pulled the cord on us. It's a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take a break and have more of Dan's coherent commentary when we come back. 3:10 to go, third quarter. Roncalli up 7. After this, we'll be back on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Do life, not laundry. Milto Cleaners.
Sports 1430.
Brandon Bauer back with you. 29-22, Roncalli up 7. We mentioned as we were going to break, Maddie Bischoff now in 4th place on the career scoring list. Trailing only Lindsay Casaro, who's won, Sarah Hurley, and Bridget Perry. I believe all 3 of those players finished as runner-up for Miss Basketball in their respective senior seasons.
Right?
Yes.
All right.
I know Hurley did. I know Casaro did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bridget Perry did as well. Roncalli ball after the turnover. Savannah Bischoff, corner 3. That's short. Rebound Karams to the corner. Savannah Bischoff saves it right to Lehner. Caskey was going to watch it go off the end line, and Savannah Bischoff didn't give up on the play. Maddie Bischoff lost the handle. Shovels to Savannah. Pass deflected right to Horton. Horton still working the dribble against Caskey. Pass in the corner to Maddie Bischoff. Tight ropes the sideline. Savannah Bischoff for 3. That's short. Rebound to the corner, and Caskey screens Lehner away, and it's Chatard basketball.
Coach doesn't like that call, but.
Yeah, he thought it ricocheted off the shoe of Caskey to no avail. 29-22. Roncalli up 7. Adams over to Rashid. Back to Adams. Hands to Rashid. Low scoring game here. 29-22. Rashid down the baseline. Shovels out to McGinley for an open 3. That's short. And the rebound knocked off the inline. Last touch by Sophie Carr. Bell went down, and she's slow to get up.
Yeah, she's limping around there.
Izzy Davis was at the scorer's table.
Not taking her out yet, though.
I don't think she was going to come in for Bell. But now Bell, who hit the deck in that rebound deflection, she limps to the bench, and Quinn Johnson comes on, number 24 on your screen. First time we've seen her tonight. Rashid on the inbound, baseline left. Gets it out to Davis. 2 minutes to go, third quarter, 29-22. Davis against Lehner. All the way to the bucket. Put it up, rolled it off the rim.
Oh, rebound.
Rebounded by Caskey. Blocked away by Sophie Carr. She clears to Horton. Horton on the run.
Good
up the
numbers.
left side.
Good
Bounce across the
pass.
paint to Savannah Bischoff. She missed the layup. Knocked to the corner. Maddie Bischoff has the rebound. Out to Sophie Carr. Sydney Horton with it out front. Drives on Caskey to the basket. Shot blocked by McGinley. McGinley's second block of the night. She pushes up the floor against Sophie Carr. She pushed off, yep, and Kenny Yacht caught her red-handed. She put the right arm up to create space, and an offensive foul called on McGinley.
Good call.
Her first, team second.
She had the pass underneath, too. She could have laid it off, but instead tried to kind of do it herself and had done a lot up to that point. Took it coast to coast. Just needed to dump it.
Jordan Hendricks back in for Roncalli as Lehner has a seat. 1:15 to go. Here in the quarter. 7-point Roncalli lead. 8-6 Roncalli advantage in the quarter. Sophie Carr drives on Davis. Lost the handle on the way up. Rebounded by Savannah Bischoff. Out to Horton for a kick-out 3 off the rim. Rebounded by Caskey. Here comes Rashid.
Under a minute to play.
And we're still in the 20s, both teams. Low-scoring game. Every possession in this third quarter has been hand-to-hand combat. Davis down the baseline, puts up a shot short. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Outlet ahead to Savannah Bischoff, and she threw a pass to Maddie Bischoff, who wasn't looking. Turnover back to Rashid. In the corner, Johnson down the baseline, cut off by Sophie Carr and fouled.
Sophie second.
Yep, team third. Catherine Bell down across the way from us, being walked to the
Sophie was kind of
training room.
When she came off of that.
Yep, Sophie Carr checks out as Ansley Bishop returns. We'll see if Sophie gets some attention from the training staff across the way.
She seemed to run off okay, or jog off.
Yep, Megan Pacala down there, Roncalli trainer. Rashid off the inbound, flipped it up, flipped it in. Rashid with 13 is down to a 5-point lead, which is where we began the third quarter. Each team with 8 points in the period. Sydney Horton drives to the left corner. Flings it back out to Maddie Bischoff for an open 3, short. Rebounded by Jordan Hendricks. Back out to Maddie Bischoff at the arc. Drives on Davis, gets to the rim, flips it up, no. And the rebound grab by Davis. Davis heaves it up. As the quarter winds down, it's wide to the right, and that'll do it. So each team with 8 points in the quarter. So Roncalli's 5-point lead at the half is a 5-point lead going to the fourth, and it's Royals on top, 29-24. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back. Final 8 minutes up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
.org. Roncalli basketball is on CBS Sports 1430.
Rob Brown, Dan Bauer back for the final quarter from Roncalli. Bishop Chatard and the Roncalli Royals hooking up in a game that has Circle City Conference implications. Both of these teams 3-0 in conference play, and winner will be in the driver's seat for the conference championship with 1 game remaining. Trojans have the ball to start the final quarter. Maddie Bischoff has 9 points to lead Roncalli. Zakiya Rashid 13 for the Trojans. Dan, we hear, actually Roncalli will have the ball to start the final quarter. We hear Dan a lot, Michael Wantz, the boys coach at Roncalli, talk about a score, a stop, and a score. And you get the feeling that the next team to get one of those might be the team that wins this game.
Yeah, that would make a big difference. Obviously, in that whole quarter, you get 8 and 8, so there was no advantage one way or the other. A team really needs to take advantage with the low scoring. You don't have to do a lot to get that lead.
Sophie Carr flings it out to Maddie Bischoff for 3. Off the back of the rim. Rebound rainbows out to McGinley at the foul line. She holds up and waits for help. Cross court to Rashid. Swings in the corner, Izzy Davis, and she traveled. So Roncalli starts this final period with Sydney Horton, Sophie Carr, Maddie and Savannah Bischoff, and Ansley Bishop. Trojans counter with Zakiya Rashid, Kate Caskey, Maura McGinley, Izzy Davis, and Quinn Johnson, the 5 that ended the quarter. 29-24. Sydney Horton out by the timeline, making Johnson come out and play her. Now Bishop, high dribbling through the lane, out to Savannah Bischoff for 3, off the rim. Rebound, fought for a collision between Johnson and Sophie Carr, and Sophie takes the foul, her third. Team 4th. Well, sometimes though, Dan, when you make a lot of threes or you're successful early, you kind of get attached to the shot. And Roncalli may be a little bit guilty of that here in this second half.
I would agree.
In deep, McGinley, reverse layup up and in. What a shot. It's a 3-point game. McGinley has 8. 29-26. Roncalli needs a basket here. In the corner, Bishop. Hands to Maddie Bischoff. Checked by Rashid. Drives, leaves for Horton. Horton, back to Maddie Bischoff, left corner. Looks for Sophie Carr curling. The pass deflected and stolen. Here comes McGinley up the right side. And what's the call? Double dribble, says Ken Yacht. I didn't see that.
Whoa, that was a long way away to make that call. And I didn't see it either.
I didn't see that call either. I did see Tim Gray toss his sport coat into the first row after that turnover. 29-26. 3-point Roncalli lead, and it turned it over. So Savannah Bischoff took her eye off of it, and it goes out of bounds on the pass. Tim Gray's liable to corkscrew himself right to the floor in front of the Roncalli bench here. 29-26, 6:15 to go. Trojans chipping away, and an illegal screen called on Caskey. She stuck a hip out, trying to free up Rashid as Savannah Bischoff turned the corner. I mentioned, Dan, a score, a stop, and a score. I get the impression, too, that if either team could play 90 seconds of turnover-free basketball, they'll have a hand up. Roncalli calls a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 29-26, 6:09 to go. We'll be back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. money for needs-based tuition assistance, faculty enrichment programs, Catholic identity on our campus, and the resurfacing of the track. Contact the Roncalli Advancement Office at 787-8277 for more information. Please give them a call about the Circle of Faith Annual Fund. Of course, the track was dirt and boulders when Dan Bauer was here 35 years ago.
A long time ago. I didn't do a lot of running around it, but
it was cinders in all seriousness.
It was cinders,
It was
yes.
a cinder track.
My wife will show you scars. She did run around it.
She
She'll
did.
show you scars.
She ran around it
from that
at a
cinder.
very quickened pace. But yes, I'm sure she does have a few cinders still in the shins. 6 minutes to go. Roncalli's lead is 3. Trojans' only lead was at 6-5 in the first quarter. Sophie Carr drives on Davis. Pass to the corner, stolen by Rashid.
Chatard is so good getting hands in the lane and getting these deflections, and it's really hurting Roncalli right now.
Rashid out to Johnson. Back to Rashid. Dribble handoff to McGinley. McGinley has 8 points, 6 in the second half. McGinley cut off in the right corner. Back to Rashid, 3 for the tie. Way short. Rebound goes to Savannah Bischoff. Maddie Bischoff leaking out. They hit ahead, and Maddie lays it in. Maddie into double figures with 11, and it's back to a 5-point lead. Good awareness by Savannah Bischoff to look up the floor after that long rebound.
Yeah, had the eyes up, head up, and took advantage.
Izzy Davis, step back 3 is missed. Sophie Carr up over everybody to get the rebound, and she draws the foul. Caskey can't believe it.
Looks like she got hit in the neck a little bit. She's holding her neck.
Sophie?
Yeah.
Caskey's 4th foul. Good to see Caroline Bell checking back end number 3 on your screen. She appeared to have a knee or an ankle issue in the third quarter, but she's back in, as is starting guard Grace Adams. Johnson and Caskey have a seat, so the Trojans have their starters, actually 4 of their starters. Izzy Davis is on the floor as well, in lieu of DeCastro. Horton, dribble handoff to Sophie Carr. The lead is 5 for Roncalli, inside 5 minutes to go. Abby Carr holds. Working out top against Davis. Bounce to Horton. Roncalli running a weave out front. Sophie Carr at the volleyball line, out top side, holds it on her hip.
With the lead, they're taking an opportunity to run the clock here, force the Bishop to play tight defense and wear him out a little bit.
Might find something on the back cut, maybe.
And then, yeah, take the cheap one.
Maddie Bischoff, the kick to Horton in the corner. Back out to Abby Carr. Roncalli running some clock. Crowd likes it, at least the Roncalli crowd. Abby Carr spinning against Adams. Here comes the double team. Over to Horton. She's the open man. Now Bischoff. Maddie had it knocked free, but got it right back against Rashid. On the wing to Horton. Errant pass out of bounds. Well, the good news is Roncalli ran about a minute off the clock. The bad news is they turned it over. The lead is 5, 31-26. Adams out front, checked by Sophie Carr. On a 1-4 set, Bell pops out to get it. Rashid posting in deep against Savannah Bischoff. Spins in a triple team, in too deep, missed it off the bottom of the backboard. Bell missed the putback, and Maddie Bischoff has the rebound. Well, Roncalli dodged one there. Maddie Bischoff on the push, splits the defense to the rim, lays it in with the left hand. 2 big baskets by Maddie Bischoff here in the quarter, and the lead back to 7. 3.5 minutes to go.
Rob, that's the first 2 buckets in a row that either team has hit since this half.
And Davis just bangs in a rainbow 3. Oh, my. Izzy Davis with a rainbow from the right wing, a 3-pointer. It's back to a 4-point game. First 3 for the Trojans since the first quarter and just the second of the ball game. Horton against Adams. Into the lane. Bounce to Sophie Carr, wide of the mark and out of bounds.
Sophie was by herself underneath, so they missed an opportunity there.
33-29. 3:10 to go. Roncalli on top by 4. Adams has a screen either way, gets it from Rashid. Still holds it out front. Gets into the lane. All the way, missed the layup. Too much height at the rim for the 5'5 Adams, and she rushed the layup against the Carr twins. Horton put Adams in the blender. Adams lost her footing. Now Maddie Bischoff back to Horton. Horton backs it out. Over to Maddie Bischoff, gets a screen. Picked up by Davis on a switch. Maddie through the lane, throws it at the rim, rebounded by
good
Sophie
rebound.
Carr. And we got a foul underneath on the Trojans. A couple players there. Let's see who Kenny Yott has. I think he's got McGinley on the foul, her second. Team fifth, beg your pardon. Team fifth. Jordan Hendricks back in for Roncalli, replacing Abby Carr. Sophie Carr has to get it in and does to Savannah Bischoff on the near sideline. 33-29. Hendricks on the wing. Checked by McGinley. Hendricks dribbles into a double team and timeout. Timeout called by Tim Gray. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Roncalli had a couple timeouts left. Both teams with 2 timeouts left.
It's a good timeout because she was trapped up at the top. They had the girls on both sides. It was going to be very difficult to get out. So a wise timeout by Tim to really take that timeout, let the girls rest a little bit, and then hit these last 2 minutes hard.
Tonight's game brought to us by Jockish Flowers. To ensure vibrant and long-lasting life, Jockish Flowers are always freshly cut and chilled. They consistently offer quality and beauty in each hand-picked arrangement that leaves their shop. Visit them at 2636 South East Street or call 7484-1614. That's 784-1614 to order your arrangement today. That's our friends at Jockish Flowers. And I see our friend Chris Jockish down there.
Is he down here?
In the front row tonight.
There he is, yep. You knew he had to be somewhere in the gym.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Always great to see Chris in the gym. He hasn't missed too many games. Roncalli ball out of the timeout. Royals up 4. 33-29. Horton throws it away to McGinley. 2-on-1. McGinley to Adams. Up the wing. Put it up, put it in.
Good pass. Good steal. Good pass.
33-31. It's a 2-point game. 2 minutes to go. Horton working against Adams. Has to avoid the 5-second count. Got in deep, put it up, and missed it at the rim. Rebounded by Bell. Boy, has a good drive and good take by Sydney. Just couldn't get to finish. Rashid. Now Davis in the corner. She had a big 3 moments ago. 2-point lead. Inside 100 seconds to go. Roncalli on top, looking for a stop. Rashid wants it, posting on Savannah Bischoff. Got in deep, reverse layup up and in. It's a tie game.
Pretty shot. Did a good job using the rim to protect the basket a little bit and then come up and just one-handed right in the bucket.
Well, what was once a 7-point lead for Roncalli has gone away. Maddie Bischoff drives, tied up, fouled on the drive on the kick out. That's the 6th foul on the Trojans, so a non-shooting situation. See who Mike Daly has the foul on.
Rashid?
I think it's Rashid, yeah, her third.
She had some thoughts on that call.
So Roncalli ball underneath. Tie score, 33-33, 1:09 to go. Sophie Carr on the inbound. Throws it away, throws it right to McGinley. McGinley, and Rashid wasn't looking. The ball's loose on the floor. Who's got it? Sophie Carr. McGinley threw it ahead to Rashid, and she wasn't looking. Now Sophie Carr hands to Maddie Bischoff. 55 seconds to go. Maddie down the lane to the basket. Put it up, put it in, and put her on the line with 51.5 seconds to go. Oh my, what a turn of events.
She had a great stride. She picked up the ball just under to the free throw line, took 2 nice steps to get her up right next to the rim, drew the foul in, was able to put it in.
Maddie, the only Royal to score here in the quarter. She has 6. Rashid took the foul, her 4th. 35-33. Bischoff's basket makes it a 2-point game. Trying to make it a 3-point game with the free throw here. She's 1 for 2 tonight. On the way, short. Rebound, grabbed by Bell. 35-33. 45 seconds to go. Katie Fisher wants time. Timeout called by the Trojans. They had 2 timeouts. They had 1 of each. It's a full timeout. Full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take one as well. 40 and 6/10 seconds to go. Bishop Chatard with the basketball. Roncalli a 2-point lead. We'll step out for 30 seconds. Be right back. It's Roncalli basketball on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Let's go into school, Chad. Oh, hold up, Brad. We need to put our masks on. Good idea. Well, let's go.
Don't be like Brad and Chad. Make sure you wear your mask over your nose and your mouth to prevent the spread of COVID. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus for more information.
Road.
Roncalli basketball is on CBS Sports 1430.
Well, right at the top of the hour, so before we go further, let's pause quickly for this 10-second station identification, reminding you you're listening to Roncalli Girls Basketball on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
CBS Sports 1430, WXNT AM Indianapolis, WZPL HD2 Greenfield, a Cumulus station.
Rob Brown and Dan Bauer with you. Here's our situation, 40 and 6, 10 seconds to go. Roncalli has a 2-point lead, 35-33. Chatard has the basketball. Adams to the right wing. Each team with a timeout left. Roncalli has 2, Chatard 1. Pass into Rashid, splits the double team, lays it in, ties the game. 35-35, 25 seconds to go. And Tim Gray wants time. 30-second timeout will stay here. He had a 30-second timeout. No, he doesn't have any 30s left. All he has are fulls.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and take a full. 20 and 6, 10 seconds to go. We're all tied at 35 seconds. All tied at 35. 20 and 6, 10 seconds to go. Roncalli has the ball when we come back on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder. On CBS Sports 1430.
6 seconds to go here at the Ascension St. Vincent Gymnasium. Hasn't been the prettiest game in terms of scoring and a lot of turnovers, but boy, it's been competitive and hard fought. 35-35 our score, 20 and 6, 10 seconds to go. We're all tied. Roncalli has the ball. Bishop Chatard has the possession arrow. Trojans are out of fouls, so a Bishop Chatard non-shooting foul is a 1-and-1 for Roncalli. Here we go. Horton into the forecourt with 15. Pressure by Adams. Sydney takes the dribble out front with 9. Has to give it up, and it's a 5-second count. She turned it over. Just dribbling side to side, going absolutely nowhere. She turned it over. Now Roncalli has to get a stop here. Katie Fisher has a timeout, but she's not going to use it. 7 and 1/10 seconds to go. Rashid into the forecourt. Roncalli has fouls to give. They've got 2 to give. They could foul it, and if they do it right, they do it correctly, they could foul and basically end the game and go to regulation. Sophie Carr grabbed Rashid. Foul on the floor. Abby Carr rather grabbed her.
Only thing
and now a timeout called.
You got to be careful about, Rob, is if you're going to foul her and somebody throws up a shot from nowhere, that they could call it a shooting foul.
2 and 7/10 seconds to go, so we'll stay right here. Trojans call their final timeout. Two and 7/10 seconds to go. Roncalli has been plagued by turnovers all night long. And a turnover has given the Trojans back a chance to win the game, but Roncalli looking for one more stop, take this thing to overtime. You have to assume it's either going to be Rashid or McGinley to get this basketball. But Rashid, to her credit, gave up the ball, and Davis hit the bucket to beat Heritage Christian last Friday.
Yep. But to your point earlier, Rob, I mean, as soon as the ball touches a hand, Roncalli can foul. You got 2 fouls to give here, and 1 foul to give before you go to the line. So you could at least cut down the time that they'd have on the second opportunity in.
Adams inbounding to McGinley. McGinley steps through a defense, missed the 12-foot leaner, and we go to overtime. So the Trojans close the quarter on a 9-2 run. Roncalli gets a stop it needed. And we go to overtime for the first time this season. 35-35 our score. What we're going to do, we'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back with the overtime. Up next on the Ascension St. Vincent Roncalli Media Network. Back here. Left side, Adams, still plenty of time. 2:20 to go in the overtime. Adams, Rashid thought about a three. Might have gotten away with a little stutter step. Takes the dribble to the corner. Bell in deep to Castro. She runs over Abby Carr. Offensive foul. So the Carr twins doing it at both ends. Sophie knocks down a three. And Abby Carr draws the offensive foul. DeCastro's first, team eighth, but a non-shooting situation for Roncalli. 2:06 left, the lead is 3. Comes Izzy Davis back into the game for the Trojans. Sophie Carr with just her second career three-pointer in this, her 78th varsity game on senior night. Let's see if it holds up. Horton into the forecourt. Bounce to Maddie Bischoff. McGinley jumped the passing lane but couldn't control it before it goes out of bounds. Roncalli inbounding. Maddie Bischoff near side. And
spike.
Bell came over the top of Abby Carr and spiked it out of bounds. Roncalli student section giving Bell a little discussion. That exuberant spike. Inbound to Horton.
Abby enjoyed the
She did. Whatever they said, it made her laugh. And Horton throws it right to Rashid. Rashid waits for help. And McGinley, a long volleyball line three that's short. Rebound grab by Adams in low. She put it up. It trickled off the rim, but she drew a foul and shoots two with 1:37 left.
It's like Sophie, maybe? Is that who they called it?
I believe so, yes. Yep. It says Kenny Yacht. Fourth foul on Sophie Carr. Sixth on Roncalli, but Adams fouled in the act, shoots two. Adams is a 73% free throw shooter. First one on the way. Good. 5 points for Adams. Came in averaging 3.5, the junior. Adams 5'5", wearing the knee pads. Second one on the way. That one kicks off the rim, rebounded by Sophie Carr. So Adams gets one of two, and the lead is two. Maddie Bischoff to the basket, draws a foul at the rim. Shoots two with 1:28 left. That foul is on Izzy Davis, her first, team ninth. Maddie fouled in the act, shoots two. 15 points for Maddie tonight. First free throw up and in. Here's the big one, because the second one here could make it a two-possession lead with 1:28 to go. Second one on the way. Got it.
Got it. That's big.
40-36. 1:25 left in the overtime. Roncalli up 4. Rashid angle right. Gets a screen. No space to shoot a three. Takes it back out front. Still has the dribble working. Step back three. Off to the rim to the left. Rebound is knocked free. Loose on the deck. And both coaches tried to call time. The arrow favors the Trojans. Tim Gray tried to get down the sideline and call time, but no possession there. No advantage. And the arrow favors the Trojans. But the lead is 4 for Roncalli. 1:08 left. Bell threw it off of Abby Carr's back and then drew a foul.
And a foul
on Abby Carr.
What a play.
Oh, Bell with a little trickery. Threw the inbound play off the back of Abby Carr and then drew a foul, and it puts the Trojans in the bonus. Wow.
Heads up play.
What a heads up play. Now she's got to make the 1-and-1 though. Bell's a 41%er. Trojans are 6 out of 8 from the line tonight. Free throw up.
It's long.
Off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Sophie Carr. Izzy Davis tossed her to the deck. And we strolled to the other end with Roncalli in the double bonus. Sophie Carr shooting two. 1:06 left. Davis is second. Sophie Carr with the three-pointer to give Roncalli the lead to start this overtime. The Royals trying to play from in front for the final 1:06. Sophie, first one up, no good, off the back of the rim. Roncalli 5 of 8 tonight from the line. One more for Sophie Carr, looking for point number 8, and she missed it, no good. Rebounded by Bell. The lead holds at 4. 40-36. Inside, a minute to go. Adams top side. Davis, who hit a rainbow three from that right wing, step back high, arcing three, and they fouled her.
And a foul.
Abby Carr on the closeout fouled Davis on the three-point shot. Tim Gray can't believe it. He just stares up at the rafters and counts the cobwebs. Abby Carr's fourth foul. Team 8. Izzy Davis fouled shooting three, and Davis is an 88% free throw shooter. She's the last player on the roster you'd want to foul and give 3 shots to. First one up, no good.
Oh, talked her out of it.
Yeah, the announcer jinx travels, my friend. Davis was 22 of 25 on the season before that first miss. She's got 2 more. Roncalli's lead is 4. Davis, deep exhale, second one up. That one's good.
There it is.
That three-point attempt. Dan, the ceilings in here are 22 feet higher than at the old gym across the parking lot, and she almost grazed the rafter. Last free throw is good. She hits 2 out of 3. Does Davis. 40-38, 55 seconds to go. A lot left to go in this one. Roncalli with the ball. Maddie Bischoff all the way to the basket. Rushed the shot, missed it. Rebounded by Rashid. Trojans can tie with a bucket. Here comes Adams. Davis into the paint, spins, kicks it back out to Adams. 35 seconds to go. The lead is 2. McGinley, angle right. Facing up on Maddie Bischoff. Down to Rashid. She backs it out to McGinley. 25 seconds to go. McGinley gets a screen. Bounce to Bell. Good pass. Bell missed the shot at the rim and rebounded by Maddie Bischoff. Maddie's fouled at half court. Boy, that was a great unselfish play by McGinley. And Bell just couldn't put it away to tie the game. Maddie Bischoff shoots 2, and Rashid is fouled out of the game. That was her 5th. I do believe they called that on Rashid. Yep, it is the 5th foul on Zakiya Rashid, so she is out of the game. And Maddie Bischoff shoots 2 here with 17.5 seconds to go. You need both of these, though, if you're Roncalli, to make it a 2-possession lead. First one on the way, good. Tim Gray wants time. Full timeout, we'll go ahead and stay here. And set the scene, 41-38. Maddie Bischoff has 1 free throw remaining on the other side of this timeout. Bishop Chatard has a timeout left. Roncalli has the possession arrow. Both teams are in the bonus. Certainly Maura McGinley and Izzy Davis are still 3-point threats, Dan, even with Zakiya Rashid having fouled out of this game.
Yeah, the key is to hit this free throw to get it to the 4-point lead. Then you don't have to worry about the 3. But, yes, if you miss the free throw, there are some shooters for Chatard who can hit it. And then, obviously, Roncalli's had problems with the foul also. You don't want to foul on a 3-point shot.
Well, Roncalli has scored just 12 points since the end of the 3rd quarter, and Maddie Bischoff has scored 9 of those 12. The only other points coming from Sophie Carr and that huge 3 to start the overtime scoring. 41-38, 17.5 seconds to go. The winner is going to move to 4-0 in conference play with 1 game remaining. The loser will drop to 3-1 and will need some help. Maddie Bischoff, 1 more. On the way, got it. 4-point lead, 42-38. Adams up the floor. Bell hits the deck. Davis on the right side with 12. Gives to Adams. Adams down the lane. Flipped up a shot, no. Rebound tap to Sydney Horton. She's wrapped up with 5 seconds left. And on the 11th anniversary, down to the day, the last time the Trojans beat Roncalli was January 20th, 2010, across the parking lot at the Bishop Chartrand Gym. Roncalli's 5 seconds away from extending its winning streak to Chatard to 13 games.
Nice. Glad you didn't throw that stat out early.
I kept that in the pocket, my friend.
Nicely
Horton
done.
shoots 2. Very quiet in here all of a sudden. Horton makes the first one for her first point of the night. 43-38, 5 4/10 seconds to go. Second one for Sydney, good. Roncalli 6 for 8 from the line here in the final quarter. Final 5 seconds. McGinley to the basket, dribbles it off the end line and out of bounds. Abby Carr cut off the baseline, a half second to go. All that's left is to put it in, and that'll do it. Into Savannah Bischoff. She holds for the horn and waits, and that is it. So Roncalli survives, kicking away a 7-point lead in the 4th quarter. Handles things in the overtime period. And as a result, Roncalli wins its 4th in a row, and most importantly, finds itself on the doorstep of the Circle City Conference Championship. We're going to take a 60-second break. When we come back, we will have all the particulars on tonight's Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show coming up next.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Trying to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They only make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton.
Great about eating. The new Egg White Grill, a protein-packed breakfast sandwich, is a lower-calorie menu option made with a breakfast-sized portion of grilled chicken breast, freshly grilled egg whites, and American cheese served on a toasted multi-grain English muffin. Visit the Southport Road Chick-fil-A today and try one.
At Glander Rochford Orthodontics, we're in the business of making smiles, but straightening teeth is only part of that job. Our team has a passion for serving our patients and their families in Greenwood and Indianapolis. You may start your journey at Glander Rochford Orthodontics looking for a straighter smile, but you'll leave with new friends and family. Call today at 317-888-2827 to schedule a free consultation for you, your child, and your whole family. 317-888-2827.
You're listening to Roncalli Royals basketball on CBS Sports 1430. The Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame.
On the Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show, Roncalli outlasts Bishop Chatard tonight in overtime, 44-38, to run its mark to 15-4 and put itself in position to win its second straight Circle City Conference title. Let's take a look at how the game unfolded. A low-scoring affair, to be certain. Roncalli led 11-9 after one. The Trojans' only lead in the game tonight was at the 4:26 mark in the first quarter. Led 6-5 did the Trojans before Roncalli scored 6 straight to grab the lead for good. We were a long way from being out of ties, though. Roncalli controlled much of the second quarter, outscoring the Trojans 10-7 and led 21-16 at the break. In the third, Roncalli led by 5, each team scoring 8 points in the third quarter. We moved to the fourth. It looked like Roncalli had things under control, up 7, 33-26 with 3:41 to go, but Trojans rolled off 7 straight points to tie the game at 33. And after Maddie Bischoff drove to the basket, scored and was fouled, missed the free throw, did Maddie, with 51.5 seconds to go. Zakiya Rashid was able to tie the game with 26 seconds left, and after a Roncalli turnover, the Royals had to get a stop. Moore McGinley missed a leaning 12-footer at the horn to win the game. And we headed to overtime, tied at 35. Sophie Carr opened the overtime scoring with her second 3 of her career from the right wing. Roncalli never trailed in the overtime. Carr's 3 was the only Roncalli field goal of the extra session, but Roncalli did hit 6 of 8 free throws in the final 4-minute period, outscoring the Trojans in the extra frame 9-3 to post this win 44-38. So with one game remaining for each team, Roncalli is in control of the Circle City Conference, moving to 4-0 in conference play as the Trojans drop to 3-1. Dan, it was not pretty tonight, but ultimately Tim Gray's club got the result that they were looking for.
Yeah, they got the victory, but obviously the thing you look at in the stat sheet here, Roncalli has reduced production each quarter. They have 11 points in the first quarter, 10 in the second, then it goes 8 and 6 in the third and fourth quarter. Obviously the key to that, when you get to overtime, you jump to 9 points. So in a 4-minute burst there, they get more points than they got in either of the first 2 quarters. And that was enough, especially with the defense, when Chatard can only muster up 3 points in that overtime. But Chatard did a really good job of chipping away at the lead, getting 8 points in the third quarter and 11 in the fourth quarter to tie that ball game up. Free throws, there was a couple free throws in the game that were missed that were kind of, could have made a difference either in giving the victory without going to overtime or even on both sides. Both teams missed some free throws that could have made a difference in the scoring. But, again, the key of it is when you get done and you look at the final score, Roncalli walks away with the 44-38 victory. And, as a coach, you sometimes don't like the way you get there, but the key is that you get there. And Roncalli had enough to make it happen.
Well, Roncalli led by Maddie Bischoff. She led all scorers with 19 points tonight. Maddie had 10 of her 19 in the fourth quarter in the overtime. She scored 10 of Roncalli's 15 points during the final 12 minutes. Zakia Rashid led the Trojans. She had 17, only double-figure score for them, and she finished with 17 before she fouled out in the final minute of the overtime. We're going to take our first and only break here in the Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. When we come back, we will run down tonight's scoring totals. We'll hand out our player of the game. We will hopefully talk with head coach Tim Gray, and we will look ahead to what will be more action, 2 more games on the broadcast schedule this week. We'll talk to you about that when we come back as well. All that coming up next.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill me.
I'm partying outside. COVID won't kill me.
I don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words. Don't let them be yours. Socially distance. Mask up, America.
Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Roncalli outlasting Bishop Chatard tonight at home in girls basketball in overtime. Roncalli 44-38 winners. Let's look at the final scoring totals. For the Trojans, they had 12 players available. 8 of them played, 6 scored, led by Zakia Rashid, who had a team-high 17 points. She was the only Trojan player to get to double figures. Moore McGinley had 8 points. Izzy Davis was 7 off the bench. 5 points for Grace Adams. And 1 point for Kate Caskey. Caroline Bell and Carly DeCastro both started, did not score. Quinn Johnson played off the bench in the second half. She did not score either. And then Julia Knight, Anna McGinley, Sarah Borland all played, all were available, but they did not score tonight, or they did not play tonight. For Roncalli, 13 players were available. 8 of them scored. Or 8 of them played, rather. 5 scored. Maddie Bischoff leading all scores with 19 points. 8 points for Savannah Bischoff, 7 for Sophie Carr, including that huge 3 in the overtime. Jordan Hendricks with 6 off the bench. 2 points for Abby Carr, 2 points for Sydney Horton. Ansley Bishop and Kate Lehner also played off the bench. They did not score. Claire Lindsay, Josie Origer, Taylor Turk, Tori Candler, and Ainsley Newitt all available tonight, but they did not play. Roncalli was 9 of 13 from the foul line this evening, 6 of 8 in the overtime. Bishop Chatard 8 of 12 from the foul line. Roncalli outscored the Trojans from the three-point line 21-6, and that's a huge impact factor in tonight's final outcome. Roncalli hitting 7 threes, 2 apiece from Jordan Hendricks, Savannah Bischoff, and Maddie Bischoff, and then a solo 3 from Sophie Carr in that overtime period. Bishop Chatard hitting 2 threes, Zakia Rashid hitting 1 in the first quarter, and Izzy Davis with a big one in that comeback run in the fourth. So that's how we settle up, 44-38. Roncalli winning in overtime. I'll be joined here by the head coach Tim Gray in a moment as he makes his way up to our broadcast position. Like you said, Dan, it's much easier to go to practice the day after a game and correct errors when you're doing it after a win versus after a loss. And we'll get the coach's perspective on that here in a minute as he joins us. Appreciate Coach taking some time. Coach, we'll get you set up here. We were just talking here in segment 1 that tonight's game was a long way from pretty, but it's the perception is it's much easier to walk through and make corrections after a win than versus after a loss.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we kind of knew going in that they would take the same approach as Guerin did to try to slow us down offensively, and they did that. I thought we did a nice job early of kind of getting them out of the zone, and making them sit in the man, and they just kind of packed it in there, and we just didn't make shots or make enough shots to make them come guard us.
When you needed to get stops late, what was your message to the team? Especially that last, I know it was clear that you were quick to let the team know that you had fouls to give there and could help burn that time down.
Yeah, we've been working on, as you prepare for the tournament, we work on situations to try to get ourselves ready for this stuff. And we talked, we had 4 fouls, which is a little bit of time left in regulation. We can go get one if we needed to. And I thought we executed that all right. We had 2 players on the other team that averaged 33 points per game combined, and we gave up 38 in overtime. So defensively, I thought
that created some problems in turnovers tonight. How do you work on that? And when you get into the tournament and you see a team like that, what can you do during practice to try to work on that, and how do you make that an advantage versus the turnovers that we saw tonight?
One of the things that we've got to do is be better offensively, is be patient. I feel like when we get the ball reversals that we're trying to get, when we get it to swing around 2 or 3 times, that defense does start to stretch out a little bit, and we find those driving lanes. It's just not being so end result oriented. Like we're just always looking at how do we get, we got points, we got to get points, but how do we get there? And we talk about that, worried about the journey and worried about the process of getting to that. So we'll continue to work. We're going to, we'll probably limit the amount of times or, put a cap on how many times we got to pass the ball before we shoot it in practice, and make sure the ball goes and does this, just some things that we can continue to work on.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking a few minutes for us, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you.
That's Roncalli head coach Tim Gray. We appreciate him taking a few minutes for us here on the Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. We're going to turn our attention now to our player of the game. A couple different places we could go there. Certainly Sophie Carr with that huge 3 en route to 7 points and some big rebounds down the stretch. But we're going to give that to Maddie Bischoff, who really was the a large extent of Roncalli's offense in the overtime and the extra session. Finished with 19 points, 10 of those coming after the third quarter. So, and in the process tonight, in the first quarter, Maddie was able to move past Alana Vinson into 4th place on the program's career scoring list. Maddie now sitting after tonight's effort with the 19 points. That moves Maddie up to 1,380 points. She would be presumably just the 4th player in program history to top 1,400 points. Probably not going to get to Bridget Perry's 1,509, but that's some heady company with Bridget Perry, Sarah Hurley, and Lindsay Casaro, the only names ahead of Maddie on that list.
Yeah, it's an impressive list for sure. And you love to see that, your big-time player that can put points up and all-state, all-American, all that kind of stuff. When it comes down to it in the fourth and the overtime period, she took control of the game, was able to hit some buckets in the fourth quarter, and then hit some key free throws in overtime to seal the victory. And of course, yes, you mentioned Sophie Carr's three-point shot. It's a great way to start, the overtime period, but then to finish it at the free throw line and ensure that victory. Just a great job by both players, but especially tonight's player of the game, Maddie Bischoff.
So Maddie Bischoff is tonight's player of the game, brought to us by Ortho Indy, where their mission is to provide the highest quality comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in the action. Choose Ortho Indy to be your official orthopedic provider. So we update the records. Bishop Chatard drops to 12-7, 5-7 on the road. Trojans see their 4-game winning streak come to an end. They'll be back in action on Friday night at home against Cardinal Ritter. Meanwhile, Roncalli wins its 4th in a row, 15-4 at home, or 15-4 overall, 8-1 at home, with one more home game pending perhaps next Thursday against Columbus North. Roncalli will close out the week with a road game at Covenant Christian on Friday night. We will not have a broadcast for that game on Friday night, but our friends at Indiana SRN will. So if you want to pull that game in, you can check out our guy Steve McClure, who'll be on the call for that game on Friday night around 7:30. The tip on indianasrn.org for that one. And we'll have Roncalli's next game after that, whether it's next Thursday night here at home against Columbus North or the first game of the sectional the following week. Either way, we'll be back with you then with the girls team. One other broadcast note, or before we do that, we'll update the all-time series. Roncalli, with the win tonight, has now won 13 straight against Bishop Chatard. All-time record 45-15, and has won 23 of the 29 games played here at Roncalli. Our broadcast schedule continues on Friday night. We'll be back with you on the video side and the audio side. You can watch Friday night's boys game here at home against New Pal, 7:30 our tip time. You can watch the game on the school YouTube channel or listen on CBS Sports 1430 or RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. Connor Mahoney will be alongside for that one, and then the boys will wrap up the weekend with the road game at Center Grove on Saturday night. That's an audio-only game on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. We'll have that one for you at 7:30. But Dan, some final thoughts tonight. Roncalli just one win away from their second straight Circle City Conference Championship with the win tonight.
Yeah, anytime you put yourself in a position to win a conference championship, you know things are going well on the year, and then especially tonight. And Roncalli, they've got so many weapons that they can score inside, they can score outside. They've got some great ball handlers. They could make a really good run in the tournament, and any of their losses that they've had this year have been very close losses. So that, they're really set up nicely to have a really special season and make a long run come tournament time.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's game as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you, and we hope you've taken a special delight in having our good friend Dan Bauer make a cameo tonight. Dan, we loved having you here with us, and
very little football comments, really.
Very little football comments. We maybe had one or two, but
I appreciated the fumble comment at one of the times. I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
We're counting the days till we can get back with you in August, and in the meantime, we wish you and your family happiness and health, and hope your daughter Anna is able to get some games in down at Hanover.
Thank you. Yes, I hope she does too.
Tonight's game, we want to thank our outstanding crew that was with us tonight. As tonight's game has been a production of the Roncalli Media Network. The executive producer is Gary Armbruster. Our network producer is Mr. Cole Dunbar. I want to thank our in-studio engineer, David Kahn, doing a great job keeping us on track and on time in the CBS Sports 1430 flagship on the north side. Also want to thank our fine video crew this evening, our director, Hannah Taylor, Justin Brown handling our graphics, Abigail Taylor and Alexander Swift on the cameras. Our producer is Max Mandel, and our supervising producer, Stefan Welsh. All of these people had a big hand in bringing you tonight's pictures and sounds of this Roncalli 44-38 overtime victory. On behalf of our entire Roncalli Media Network crew, until we talk to you next time, it's been Rob Brown saying so long, everybody.